Now, my next guests say they have a new bombshell report showing how the Obama campaign website makes it possible to receive contributions from foreign nationals in countries all around the world. And as of now, there's no confirmation that they may be doing this knowingly. But the website does allow for a foreigner to make a contribution without proper disclosure. And even Newsweek has posted a story about the findings, calling it, quote, the illegal donor loophole. Now, according to the report, not only is it illegal for the campaign to accept such donations from foreign nationals, these types of contributions. And as expected, the Obama campaign official tells Fox News the allegations are, quote, baseless. And they still stand by the story that Benghazi was spontaneous. They just happened to have rocket-propelled grenades in their back pocket. Joining me now to explain how they have uncovered this disturbing information from the Government Accountability Institute, Steve Bannon and Peter Schweizer is with us. Guys, explain this.
Well, basically what we did, Sean, was we dissected the online fundraising apparatus of major presidential campaigns and congressional campaigns. And we did this because this is the era of the internet. It's changed commerce. It's changed entertainment. It's also changed politics. Because literally now you have a global environment where people have access to campaign websites, and you have an environment where campaigns are literally spitting out email solicitations and using social media to solicit campaign donations from people around the world. The question becomes, in that kind of environment, do these campaigns actually have security on the back end to make sure that these donations are not taking place?
All right, now, the Obama campaign has a campaign store. And on the campaign store, they use a standard security tool. But on the Obama campaign donation website, they do not use the standard, what we call CVV code. Security code, in other words. Why don't you explain that?
Because you've heard of voter fraud? This is donor fraud. They have a massive apparatus that goes from social media to digital mining to fundraising. And what they've done, they've got every tool available, standard tools that they could use to check if you want to buy a mug. But what they do is drive everybody to their website, everybody to their donate page, and they have no security at all. They don't use the CVV and they don't use the AVS. Or they use the AVS, they use it in such a limited way so as not to do any check-ins.
So what do we know about the money that they're getting and where it may be coming from?
Well, look, it's $500 million online donations in 2008 and probably $500 million in 2012. So that's almost $1 billion.
But if it's under, what, $200?
It doesn't have to be reported to the FEC, but they still have to keep the records. Under $50, they don't have to keep the records.
All right, you brought some props with you there. Now, why don't you go over what you have there?
Well, this is the basic security codes that people are probably familiar with. You go to Amazon.com, you go anywhere online to buy something, you go to the Obama store and want to buy a dog sweater for $35, you need to put this security code in. Or
0000 in that case. All right, exactly. So if you go to the campaign store, you have to put that security in there.
Yeah.
That's the standard security tool.
That's
for trillions of dollars of transactions a year on Amazon and everywhere.
All right, so they use it. They want that security code when it comes to buying their junk.
That's exactly right.
Okay?
And they want to make sure they're not being defrauded.
And mugs and hats and books and this.
And every one of their tech guys who has another company or has another not-for-profit, they all have the same security, like everybody does. It's the sort of security that Apple has and Amazon.
But they don't use it when it comes to donations. So you suspect this money is coming from, what, China? Where's it coming from?
Well, what we know is that there's solicitations going around the world to China and to Azerbaijan. By the way, that ended up...
The solicitation?
Yes.
You mean they are requesting money to stay below the limit?
Yes. And these requests are $190, so they're below the $200 limit. And they go out to people. We found cases in Vietnam, Azerbaijan, where they're being told, support the Obama campaign in donations.
And they're asking for $190?
Yes, $190.
Not $210.
That's right. Yeah. And that falls under the $200 threshold. And here's the problem, Sean, is we don't know, because of the disclosure requirements, how much money is getting through. What they tell us is that they have this sort of backhand procedure at the end to make sure this is not happening, but we have to take their word for it.
Every liberal that reads Huffington Post and New York Times has gotten this solicitation, so they know exactly what we're talking about. The under $200 or the $3 a month under $50. This is a massive operation. 43% of the people that come to the campaign site are international traffic. They initially flipped that back into...
We're going to follow the story, but you both think that they are purposefully soliciting money under the limit from foreign countries and donors.
Absolutely. No, I don't
you
think
believe
that. I think by the way, we're going to go to the bitter end to find this information out. The president, by the way, with one click, the president, David Axelrod,
they can fix it.
With one click, they could say, put all security on.
They could just do what they do to their store where they sell their junk.
And with another click, they could put up every transaction.
Thanks, guys. We're going to